The origins of Sparta date back to the early Greek Dark Ages, around the 10th century BCE in the region of Laconia. Geographically, its location, surrounded by mountains and the Taygetus Range, provided natural defenses, fostering a communal way of life. The fertile land of the Eurotas Valley allowed the Spartans to develop agriculture, which became the backbone of their economy. Over time, the Dorian Greeks settled in the area, establishing a distinct society characterized by a militaristic culture. Socially, the Spartans were divided into three main classes: the Spartiates, who were full citizens and warriors, the Perioeci, who were free but non-citizen inhabitants, and the Helotes, who were essentially serfs bound to the land. This class system contributed to a rigorous upbringing, as male children underwent the Agoge, a stringent education and training regimen emphasizing discipline, endurance, and martial skill. Noteworthy events like the Messenian Wars expanded Spartan territory and solidified their dominance in the Peloponnesian region, eventually leading to the rise of Sparta as a military powerhouse in ancient Greece, renowned for its discipline and prowess in battle. The Helots were a subjugated population that played a crucial role in the functioning of Spartan society. Originating from the conquest of Messenia in the 8th century BCE, they were primarily the descendants of the local inhabitants who were enslaved after the Spartan expansion. Their status as serfs meant they were bound to the land, working the agricultural fields to sustain the Spartan citizens. Helots were essential for the economy, providing the food and labor that allowed Spartan warriors to focus on military training and governance. Daily life for Helots was marked by hard labor, yet they could maintain some family structures and community ties, despite their oppression. The relationship between Helots and Spartans was complex. Spartans viewed them with disdain and fear, fearing rebellion due to their large numbers. This dynamic influenced Spartan military practices, leading to the institution of the Crypteia, a secret police force aimed at controlling the Helot population. The Helots not only supported the Spartan way of life, but also shaped its culture, as their existence was a constant reminder of the societal inequalities that defined Sparta, highlighting the stark contrast between the elite warriors and the subservient classes. The Spartiates were the elite warrior class of Sparta, integral to its military prowess and governance. Born into a society that prized discipline and strength, these men underwent rigorous training known as the Agoge, which began at age 7. This educational system focused on physical conditioning, endurance, and combat skills, shaping young boys into formidable warriors prepared for the harsh realities of battle. Spartiates were not merely fighters. They held significant responsibilities in Spartan governance. They participated in the assembly, which decided on crucial matters, including declarations of war and lawmaking. Their dual role as soldiers and citizens emphasized their importance within the Spartan social structure. Life as a Spartiate was marked by austere values, loyalty, bravery, and communal living. They lived in barracks and shared meals, fostering a deep sense of camaraderie. This lifestyle cultivated a culture where individual desires were secondary to the needs of the state. The Spartiates' strict social hierarchy and military-focused lifestyle set them apart from other Greek city-states, influencing the broader Hellenic world by exemplifying the ideals of austerity, discipline, and martial excellence, which resonated with many. Their legacy endures in discussions of ancient military ethics and governance. The journey of a Spartan boy begins at the age of 7 when he enters the Agoge, a rigorous educational system designed to forge warriors. This intense training combines physical conditioning, combat skills, and the development of mental fortitude. Each day is a test of endurance as boys engage in running, wrestling, and various athletic challenges to build strength and agility. The Spartan diet is austere, emphasizing discipline and resilience, often consisting of black broth and limited rations. This harsh diet is a crucial part of their training, teaching them to thrive under deprivation. As they grow, they learn the art of combat, practicing with swords and shields, honing their skills in mock battles, where teamwork and strategy are essential. Mental toughness is equally prioritized. They are taught to embrace pain and hardship, fostering a mindset that welcomes challenge and adversity. The Spartan culture instills a deep sense of loyalty and camaraderie among peers, further reinforcing their warrior ethos. Survival skills are also emphasized, as they are often sent into the wilderness to fend for themselves. Ultimately, through the Agoge, Spartan boys are transformed into disciplined, formidable soldiers, ready to defend their homeland with unyielding courage. The Agoge was a rite of passage that tested young boys through grueling physical and mental challenges. One of the most harrowing phases was their time spent in the wilderness, where they faced extreme isolation and harsh conditions. At around the age of 12, these boys were sent into the wild, often alone or in small groups, tasked with surviving with minimal resources. They had to forage for food, find shelter, and fend off the elements, all while under the constant threat of predation. This experience was not just about physical survival, it required immense mental fortitude and adaptability. For instance, many boys faced hunger, exposure, and loneliness, forcing them to confront their fears and develop a strong sense of self-reliance. The long-term effects of these trials were profound. Spartan men emerged from the Agoge as resilient warriors, embodying the qualities of endurance and courage. However, these harsh conditions also took a toll on their health, leading to chronic issues later in life. The legacy of the Agoge shaped Spartan society, creating a culture that valued strength, discipline, and unwavering commitment to the state. Women held a unique position, distinguished from their counterparts in other Greek city-states. Spartan women were empowered, enjoying freedoms and responsibilities that shaped their society. They were pivotal in managing households, often overseeing estates while their husbands were away for military duties. This autonomy allowed them to be economically independent, a rarity in the ancient world. Education was emphasized, with girls receiving training in physical fitness, music, and dance, fostering both mental and physical strength. This focus on health was crucial, as Spartan society valued robust offspring to ensure the continuation of their warrior culture. Notably, Spartan women participated in physical training and competitions, showcasing their strength and resilience. The famous quote, "The greatest of all wars is the war between men and women," reflects the societal balance they maintained, where women were not just supporters, but integral to the Spartan military ethos. Their influence extended to public life, as they were revered for their contributions and strong character. Ultimately, Spartan women exemplified a model of empowerment, challenging norms, and leaving an indelible mark on their society, embodying both strength and leadership. Did you know that Spartan society thrived thanks to a group often overlooked in history? The prowess, meaning those living around, were free non-citizens crucial to Sparta's economy and military prowess. They were primarily artisans and merchants, managing the trade and production of goods, while Spartans focused on warfare. This unique position allowed them to contribute significantly to the economy, producing weapons, pottery, and textiles. Their relationship with Spartan citizens was complex. Though they were not full citizens, they enjoyed certain freedoms, such as property ownership and the right to engage in trade. However, they remained subordinate, always acknowledging the military dominance of the Spartan elite. In times of war, the prowess were also expected to support the military effort, providing supplies and, at times, soldiers themselves. Their contributions ensured that the Spartan warriors could concentrate on battle without worrying about economic stability. This symbiotic relationship highlights the importance of the prowess in maintaining the Spartan way of life, proving that even those without full citizenship can wield substantial influence in society. The Siege of Sparta, a pivotal event in ancient history, arose from the fierce rivalry between the Spartans and the Epirotes. The Epirotes, seeking to expand their territory and influence, were motivated by a desire to challenge Spartan dominance in the region. Tensions escalated as the Epirotes formed alliances with other city-states, aiming to weaken Sparta's grip on the Peloponnese. The Spartans, known for their military prowess and austere lifestyle, faced the challenge of defending their city against this united front. As the siege progressed, both sides employed unique strategies. The Eperiotes utilized a combination of siege engines and guerrilla tactics, trying to wear down Spartan defenses. The Spartans, though outnumbered, relied on their disciplined hoplite warriors, training, and superior knowledge of the terrain. Key figures such as King Agis of Sparta played crucial roles in rallying troops and forging alliances to counter the Eperiote threat. Despite their efforts, the siege ultimately tested Spartan resilience and resourcefulness. The outcome not only shaped Spartan military tactics, but also marked a significant chapter in their history, illustrating the complexities of power dynamics in ancient Greece and the enduring legacy of the Spartans. The Battle of Leuctra, fought in 371 BC, marked a turning point in the struggle for hegemony in ancient Greece. The Theban general Epaminondas led a revolutionary tactical approach against the mighty Spartan forces. His innovative use of oblique formation allowed him to concentrate his strongest troops against a weaker Spartan flank. This strategy capitalized on the element of surprise and the numerical superiority of Thebes' elite sacred band. Epaminondas also understood the terrain, positioning his forces in a way that minimized the effectiveness of the Spartan hoplites, renowned for their phalanx formation. The Spartan king Cleombrotus, despite his experience, was caught off guard by the Theban maneuvers. At Leuctra, the Thebans executed a decisive attack that shattered the Spartan right wing, leading to a collapse of their lines. The victory was significant, as it not only ended Spartan dominance in Greece, but also elevated Thebes as a major power. This battle showcased the evolution of military tactics and the importance of leadership, with Epaminondas' brilliance changing the landscape of Greek warfare forever. The Battle of Cnidus in 394 BC marked a pivotal moment in the Corinthian War, showcasing the strategic prowess of both Spartan and Athenian naval forces. The Athenian fleet, commanded by Conon, faced a formidable Spartan armada led by the experienced commander, Pisander. This battle was not just about the ships, but also encapsulated broader political tensions, as Athens sought to regain its influence after previous defeats. Athenian strategy emphasized the use of lighter, more maneuverable vessels, enabling them to outflank heavier Spartan ships. The Athenians capitalized on their superior seamanship, coordinating complex maneuvers that initially gave them the upper hand in the engagement. However, Spartan forces, equipped with a strong naval contingent from Persia, managed to exploit weaknesses in the Athenian formation, turning the tide of the battle. The defeat at Cnidus had dire consequences for Athens, leading to a significant loss in maritime power and the subsequent decline of their naval dominance. This battle ultimately shifted the balance of power in the region, emphasizing the importance of naval prowess in ancient warfare and the complex interplay of alliances that defined the era. In 415 BC, the Sicilian expedition marked a pivotal moment in the Peloponnesian War. Athens, fueled by ambition, sought to expand its influence and secure vital resources. The aim was not merely to conquer Sicily, but to establish a stronghold in the west, countering Sparta's power. Leaders like Alcibiades and Nicias, driven by personal glory and democratic fervor, rallied support for the campaign. However, the expedition faced immense challenges, including logistical failures, unpredictable weather, and fierce resistance from Sicilian city-states. The Athenian fleet, initially victorious, soon faced catastrophic defeats, particularly at Syracuse, leading to staggering losses of ships and men. This failure significantly weakened Athens, shifting the balance of power in favor of Sparta. The loss prompted Sparta to enhance its naval capabilities, supported by Persian funding, ultimately leading to Athens' downfall in the war. The consequences of the Sicilian expedition rippled through history, showcasing the dangers of overreach and the fragility of power. The ambition that drove Athens to this grand venture turned into a harbinger of its decline, forever altering the landscape of ancient Greek politics. In 479 BC, the Battle of Plataea marked a decisive moment in the Greek struggle against Persian invasion. Following the monumental battles of Marathon and Salamis, the Greek city-states united, with Spartan forces under the command of King Pausanias leading the charge. The context was dire. The Persian army, commanded by Mardonius, sought vengeance after previous defeats. As the Persians established a fortified camp near Plataea, the Greeks prepared for a confrontation that would determine their fate. Spartans, renowned for their discipline and combat prowess, employed a strategy of forming a strong phalanx. As the two armies faced off, the Spartan hoplites advanced, shields locked and spears poised. The Persian cavalry initially caused chaos, but the tightly organized Spartan formation absorbed the pressure. Key figures like Pausanias and the brave Spartan soldiers exemplified valor as they pushed back against overwhelming odds. The battle culminated in a fierce hand-to-hand struggle, with Spartans ultimately turning the tide. The defeat of the Persians at Plataea crippled their invasion efforts, securing Greek independence and heralding the rise of Sparta as a dominant military power in the ancient world. In 480 BC, the Battle of Thermopylae became a defining moment in the Persian Wars. King Leonidas of Sparta led a small force of around 300 Spartans alongside several thousand Greek allies to defend a narrow pass against the massive Persian army commanded by Xerxes I. The Persians, estimated at over 100,000, sought to conquer Greece, but the strategic location of Thermopylae favored the defenders. Leonidas implemented a strategy that capitalized on the terrain, forcing the larger Persian forces into a confined space, where their numbers counted for less. For 3 days, the Spartans and their allies fought valiantly, showcasing their unmatched discipline and combat skills. Notably, the heroic stand of the Spartans inspired the Greeks and resonated throughout history. Ultimately, a traitor revealed a hidden path, allowing the Persians to flank the defenders. Despite their defeat, the courage displayed at Thermopylae galvanized the Greek city-states. This act of valor became a symbol of resistance against tyranny and laid the groundwork for the eventual Greek victories that followed, ensuring the survival of their cultural identity. Sparta, renowned for its military prowess, faced a hidden threat that ultimately contributed to its decline: the Helot revolts. The Helots, enslaved populations bound to the land they worked, outnumbered the Spartans significantly. This demographic imbalance created a precarious situation for the ruling class. The first major Helot revolt erupted around 464 BC, triggered by an earthquake that devastated Sparta, weakening its defenses. The Spartans, already stretched thin, struggled to quell the uprising, leading to a prolonged conflict that drained resources and morale. The Helots sought freedom from oppression, and their resilience showcased the inherent instability of Spartan society, which relied heavily on slave labor. Socially, the Spartans became increasingly paranoid, fearing further revolts, which led to harsher control measures. The infamous Crypteia, a secret police force, was established to eliminate potential rebel leaders. This oppressive regime fostered a climate of fear, further alienating the Helots. Ultimately, this cycle of revolt and repression highlighted the unsustainable nature of Sparta's reliance on the Helots, revealing cracks in its once impenetrable facade and foreshadowing the city's decline.